Morning, Walkwatchers. So I've come down to a wee place that I haven't been for quite some time. Yeah, quite some time. I've come down to Carlingford today because I'm going to be walking Slieve Foye, which is County Louth's high point. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. Because I haven't been here for, oh gosh, I don't know how many years it's been. But it's just lovely to be back here. I've just taken a wee trip around the town and it's lovely. I love this town. Village, town. Let's call it a town. And I'm sitting right down on the loch shore at a wee car park. And I'm looking up at the mountain, which, Walkwatchers, believe it or not, although it is a beautiful November day, late autumn, blue skies, there's a huge big cloud over the mountain. Typical Walkwatchers. But anyway, I'm hoping it's going to clear out. It doesn't look as if it's going to last, to be honest. It looks like it's a wispy sort of cloud, and hopefully it'll burn off by the time I get up there. I'm following Kieran Gribben's route today from the visitor centre, the heritage centre, all the way up onto the mountain. So you know it's going to be a straightforward route. You know that Kieran's got it well listed, and that's not a plug for Kieran's book or anything. Although, if you suddenly get a desire to do the county high points like I did, Kieran's book is the place to start, to be very honest. Doing the county high points, it's a great book, and it gives you lots of good information to start your research before you get to your maps, before you head off on your journey. I'm on my own today because, as you know, I've been out to COP in Glasgow over the last couple of weeks. I've been working with YouthLink Scotland over there to develop Scotland's Young People's Forest, and we have a dynamic group of young people over there from all over Scotland who are creating Scotland's first national Young People's Forest. And it is such a privilege to work with such passionate, driven, informed young people who are willing to speak up for climate justice, who are willing to consider all of the issues that go around climate change, and not to sit back passively, but to engage in a project that's going to enable them to do something and to impact on climate change. It's really powerful, and I'm really privileged to be part of that programme and working to support those young people. But it took me away from Ireland for a couple of weeks, and it's lovely to be home. It's lovely to be back on my island, and it's lovely to be out walking with you guys again, because I've kind of missed you. And I kept thinking, oh my goodness, I don't have a video, I haven't posted anything. So this is my way of doing it. But the problem with that was it was kind of last minute for a couple of the Walkwatchers. So unfortunately, I'm having to do this one by myself. Okay, let's get on with this. Slieve Foye straight ahead. So let me give you some statistics in. Slieve Foye sits in the Cooley range of mountains down near Carlingford at a height of 584 metres. It's the 15th out of 26 county high points, and it took me 1 hour and 35 minutes to walk up the mountain. Oh look, there's my Call of Duty run. That was a total moving time of 2 hours and 30, slightly over 3 hours in total when you take in all the filming and stopping and look at the views. 16,000 steps, a distance of 10.7 kilometres at an average pace of 14 minutes per kilometre. Now, as you can see here, the weather was cloudy, but it was warm. It's just when you get to the top of the mountain that it changes. I was just by myself for this one, and I parked the van at Last's Inclination, gaping. On what 3 words? So as you saw, I started off at the car park just below the Heritage Centre, and I have to walk up through the town. Here's past the chapel here, and I'm turning right, and this takes me out to the back streets of Carlingford. It's pretty windy and a wee bit confusing until this point, because on the opposite side of the road there is the first way marker for Slieve Foye and the Slieve Foye Loop, and the common Slieve Foye Loop as well. So we're just heading through these wee country roads.
Morning, how are you? So far so good. Where did the mountain go?
Yeah, because you can see already the cloud just there in the background has started to obscure the mountain. Fateful words in the van, I think. Now look at that, it's starting to get really, really heavy. It doesn't look as if it's going to last, to be honest. It looks like it's a wispy sort of cloud, and hopefully it'll burn off by the time I get up there. But once you come through that gate, you're into a very wide sheep trail, which is really short grass, and then you're up this steep-ish slope, which is rock and grass and bracken on either side, and then you start to get into the rocky bits, and you can see that it sort of becomes a 50-50 sort of grassy, rocky sort of mix as you overlook Carlingford and Carlingford Loch. Some super views up here. So straight ahead is Bernavave, and this here is the ridge of the Coolies running right along there. That Walkwatchers in the clouds, of course. I mean, I think that's going to be the marker now for all the mountains that we walk. In the cloud is Slieve Foye, and that green path that you can see stretching away from us there, right round the edge of that mountain, is where we've just walked. And if you can see the green path again, sort of running down that sheep trail, that short grass, really handy back down to the tiny of Carlingford. Brilliant. So the big green path takes you towards Bernavave, but it almost doubles back on itself as it comes up onto the ridge and aims at these rocks that are in the distance there. You can just see them poking through the clouds. Now this is where the real challenge begins, because actually this is a cluster, almost like a crown of rocks on the top of Slieve Foye, and we're heading for that gap on the left hand side there. And as you can see here, it's a real boulder field. These rocks can be really slippy. There's water running down through them, little streams and overflows coming down through here, and there are boggy patches in the middle of this too. And as you can hear from my breathing, it's got really, really steep, so you need to pick your way through carefully. Now, we're about 20 minutes from the top here, and this is the first place that I encountered people on the mountain. I met a guy who was coming down off the mountain who gave me a wee bit of advice as to where to walk. I also met a family group coming down off this, but I know that I was ahead of 3 walking groups and another bunch of men, another bunch of girls behind that, and another couple of guys beyond that again. So Slieve Foye can get pretty busy on a good day. Now this is really rocky, really slippery as you can see, so you do need to take care. But once you get up onto the top, onto the flat, you can see here this is really boggy and marshy. So the crown of Slieve Foye can get, look at that, can get really boggy. And over the other side, towards the right hand side of the mountain top, is really rocky as well. So it's either slippy or boggy, slippy or boggy. And there it is, the county high point of County Louth, Slieve Foye.
Hiya.
It doesn't look as if it's going to last, to be honest. It looks like it's a wispy sort of cloud, and hopefully it'll burn off by the time I get up there. Now at this stage, I'd love to be telling you that on down the ridge of the Cooley Mountains here on the left hand side, you'd see Eagles Rock and the Ravens Rock and Foxes Rock, but not in this cloud, you're not. Right, so there it is, the highest point in County Louth. The smallest county in Ireland, but a great wee easy walk. Follow those green sheep tracks the whole way up, and the way markers it's pretty straightforward until it gets to this rocky outcrop right at the very top of the mountain, and then it becomes a real challenge, but a great challenge. You've got to try this one. Just watch out for those slippery rocks. They're a bit lethal, but a really great walk today. Super walk. I feel I need to tell you that in 2009 this area was designated a protected area by the EU. It's a protected habitat, and I love this. It's protected for the flora, the fauna, get this, the little people. This is a protected area, protected by the EU, for the leprechauns. Amazing, I love it. Haven't seen any today, but way back about 30 years ago, PJ O'Hare, whose name is still in one of the pubs down below, he's one of the local landlords, one of the local businessmen, found some bones and a suit up here, a little suit, little bones. And he was supposed to have seen 3 leprechauns up on this mountain at different times. And so eventually it was protected land, which is great as a habitat, it's wonderful as a habitat. And I suppose it's good for the little people too. So from here you turn around, you walk back down the way you came, back down to the comfort of a seat in the van. Can't believe how good the weather is down here. Pretty straightforward. Just follow the sheep trail the whole way up, follow the way markers the whole way up, and you'll get to this rocky outcrop on the top of Slieve Foye. There is a pathway through it, but it's hard to pick your way through, particularly in the low-lying cloud. So I would suggest that you have good maps with you, or you have a good trail already marked out for yourself. So yeah, Slieve Foye. Excellent. Good crack. Now I'm starving. I have a bar of chocolate in my bag. But I think I'm going to go home and make French toast. French toast with creme fraiche, strawberries and maple syrup, and life was good. So here is the relive map of my route, all the way from Carlingford right up along through that green sheep path, heading up onto the ridge. You can see the ridge very clearly actually there, running right up through that gap of rocks, right up to the county high point there. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This has been the Walkwatchers walk of Slieve Foye in County Louth. Get your boots on, go outside and go exploring, and I'll see you again next time.